Yo, what up, y'all? Guess what? You know what I'm saying? First episode. This is my movie review podcast right here called Spoiler. Simply because we about to spoil all this shit that you think that you don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to hear nothing about the movie, you need to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? I am comedian Romeo Mack. Got my co-host, you know what I'm saying?
It's your boy Smittastic Funk in the building. What's going on?
And I have a special guest. You know, I was like, yo, fuck it. If I'm doing my first one, I got to do it big. You know what I'm saying? Got my special guest. Got my partner here. You know Marcus up in here. Go ahead.
You know Marcus up in here.
That's right.
Yes,
So the movie.
What's happening, people? What's happening, man? Put some salt in their mouth one time.
Go for it. Yeah.
Let them know.
And I love how you represent the South with it too, man. When you can see him, he got mainstream podcasts, that's his own, but you can also see him on Corey Holcomb's 5150 podcast, which I like to see him on that because he brings the South to it. You feel me? And even though I'm from New York, but I love the South. I live in the South. You feel me? I'm a Southern nigga.
Oh, where you live at, man?
Man, right outside Atlanta, Lawrenceville, Georgia.
I know about old Lawrence.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like 15. I stay about 15 minutes from Atlanta Comedy Theater.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna be down there next month.
Oh, when I heard that, I was like, shit, I'm about to be there. And I also heard Jess Niche with the slide through on the DMs. So tell her that. Yeah, on your show, Jess Niche was like, if you live in Atlanta, you know, you need to hit my DMs. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could tell her to check her DMs. You know what I'm saying? that right there.
Jumper, boy. You better goddamn.
Boy,
you gotta come up with a good one, though, boy. You gotta come up with some shit. You gotta be at home right practicing, boy. You gotta get that, man.
Hey, look, man. All I need is the attention. I handle the rest. You feel me? All I need is, who that over there? Yeah, hello. Yeah.
You gotta dress like Marcus in that bitch. You know what I mean?
Oh man, trust man. Marcus, I just like Romeo in that thing. Come on, man. I was a chauffeur. I still got my suit.
Look at her. She gonna come up with this.
Oh, she got it now.
I don't need no damn wig. It's too late for the green screen. We done started. You messing up my interview. You messing up my review.
You messing up. She messing up your image. Ain't that what she say in the intro? You messing up my image.
And she came through with the wig though.
I don't know about the business, man. Oh, you gonna hold it back? I bet you stand back there the whole time.
Nah, it's cool. Hey, we'll just know for next time, cause hopefully for me this ain't a one-off. You know what I'm saying?
Go, man.
It's okay.
There go the promo right there.
There go the promo right there. All right, so boom, the movie we gonna discuss today, Jordan Peele's Nope. You feel me? Me personally, I'm a huge Jordan Peele fan. Actually, I don't even go to movies unless it's black movies. Other than that, you know, I watch it at home. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to black movies, I always support, and I'm always supporting Jordan Peele. So this was another endeavor, and I knew it was gonna be something big. So I was like, of course, this would be This would be great for the first episode.
Yes, sir.
So let's dive into it.
This I feel like this gonna be like, just because of the rave behind it, I think it's gonna be like a movie of the year.
It could be because the rave, and it could be because the audience. Because like I told my partner Smitty, because Smitty ain't see it. He's supposed to come with me and see it. You know, we had a bunch of shit going on. So I was like, it's cool. You ain't. I seen enough for both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This movie, to me, is going to be the shit when it comes to people who like, you know, sci-fi type shit, and also people who actually are invested into science.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there was parts in the movie that I looked at differently versus someone like the bitch in front of me who was just laughing at shit. I'm like, she didn't even understand the whole concept
like
of what the
really
fuck going on. You know
you
what
think
I'm saying?
shit just funny, but there's a lot behind it.
Hey man, you might have to break some shit down for me too.
Oh
man,
I already know. When I was watching, I was like, Marcus ain't finna catch what I'm gonna do. Cause I look at things like this. When I review a movie, I look at it 3 ways. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I look at it for the movie or what it is. You know what I'm saying? I take it as face value.
Right.
Then I take it as, all right, let me try to see the hidden messages. Usually that's enough, but now everybody's pushing agendas. So now when I watch a movie, I call it, I'm looking at the skeleton. You feel me? I'm taking away everything and just looking at the skeleton of the movie. I ain't looking at the agenda and all this shit pushed on top. And for this movie,
the thing about it is like, I gotta watch it a few times to catch certain shit. You know what I mean? Like us. You know what I mean? You know, I got my first, you know, I was like, okay, I got this out of that, I got that out of that. But then I watched it again, and I was like, oh, it's a little deeper than that. Wait a minute. I gotta watch some of the movies you gotta watch, like Inception is another one you gotta watch a few times.
Now I can
Like
see
that.
I can see where you're going with that, but me, I consider myself. I think the word is called cinephile.
A cinephile, you're
Yeah.
aficionado.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
new word. That's a new word for me. That's country nigga word of the week. Hold on, what's that?
It's called
Spell
like
that.
CINEPHILE. What's it? Cinophile. Cause you know, file is like you like to fuck with it.
Oh, I ain't never seen that.
And Cino and Cine is like
a
cinema.
devoted moviegoer, especially one knowledgeable about the cinema. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Cinephile.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like pedophile,
but for movies.
But for movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a cinephile. I don't say it that much because I don't want them to confuse it with pedophile. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a whorephile. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nigga.
Hey, as a nigga, you got to be. Yeah.
I'm a female connoisseur, of course. My name is Romeo. What do you think, sir? Yeah. but let's crack this movie open. You know, first off, what'd you think of it, Marcus? Uh-oh.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now,
Here we go.
so we're gonna go with the three main movies that he's done, right?
Don't just forget the movie.
Do we count Candyman as one of his?
I do, but not really because it was a remake. But that's one of the things I'm talking about when it comes to the detail in the movie. I could tell he did the Jordan Peele of it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just do like Candyman.
he didn't do just a remake.
He actually broke it down to make it a racial movie. Candyman
Right.
is about killing white people.
Right. That's what I said before. That's why I used to love Candyman.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had my own philosophy with that. I was like, shit, he just killing racist white. When I was a kid, I was like, he must be just killing racist white folks.
Yeah.
That's what I always thought. I was like,
You know what I'm saying?
And some racist shit, and he just coming back as a slave. He like a slave ghost. He just killing their ass.
Almost. But see, like us being black folks, you know, when Candyman and shit came out, of course we was on it. Maybe not me. I was a little younger. I'm born in '91, but like the ones that came after your parents made you watch it. So a black person, of course, we gonna look at it that way. But now, 2022, Jordan Peele, he's such a big figure and everything. Now they're watching it. I'm glad he flipped it in the way that he could show it to them. Like, hey, this is what this movie is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, granted, the thing I like about Candy Peele, Jordan Peele. The thing I like about Jordan Peele, I almost said Key and Peele. The thing I like about Jordan Peele is he pushes his agenda, the black agenda. He pushed that shit. You know what I'm saying? He do that in every fucking thing he do, where it come from either Candyman, Us, Get Out, his TV show, Twilight Zone, because you know he took over Twilight Zone for 2 seasons.
Okay, I never got to check. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did. That's why the Asian dude was in the movie. He come from the Twilight Zone series.
Yeah, he was on
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. But he's in the Twilight Zone, so I was like, they must have had good chemistry. The same way, like the main character, I was like, oh, that's dude from Get Out. They got
cool.
Yeah, they got good chemistry. And then Keke Palmer, that's my woman crush Wednesday forever.
Oh man, I loved her in the movie, dog.
I just love her. Period.
Like,
she be marching. She be at black rallies and shit. Like I'm like a Rizza Islam type nigga. You feel me? So that shit's important to me when I see a black woman doing that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she live in Atlanta, so every time I'm in the city, I'm like, where this bitch at? You know what I'm saying?
Hop out real quick. Shit.
Hey, I love her versatility, dog. Like,
Absolutely.
she's actually a great actress.
Yeah, me and my partner Smitty, we were just talking about she probably gonna play Angela Bassett in the biopic. If they do a biopic, she'll be the one.
Shoot.
Word?
She'll be the one.
There's no reason why she shouldn't.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes absolute sense.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen any of her impersonations of her. She
impersonates her good.
She go fed
Really?
on that.
Yep,
Yeah.
and that's just for the joke. I can only imagine what it is for the check.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just fucking around. If you take
Okay.
away the video, you can hear the similarities between her and Angela.
You could see it in the.
Yeah.
You could see it all from the nose to the chin. You could see all. She tilted her head up. She do the whole thing.
Yeah, like it's not
She
just
very
a
good.
vocal impersonation. It's a
Yeah.
physical, basically a physical embodiment of
Almost
Angela
like
Bassett.
how Ray Charles, Jamie did
Jamie,
Ray. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It was.
Yeah, he had the mannerism down
She
and
could.
all
I'm
that.
telling you, she could body a Angela Bassett better than goddamn Jennifer Hudson did Aretha. My personal opinion, but that's another movie.
I ain't seen that one. I gotta see that one.
You ain't missing
Gotta
nothing,
check that
AJ.
one out.
You know what I'm saying? If anything, in that movie, respect. The only thing you're missing is Marlon Wayne. You know what I'm saying? He played. I was like, all right, look at Marlon doing his thing.
Oh, to my in that movie.
Yeah, and respect. Yeah, he's Aretha's
Okay.
first husband. But let's get cracking into this movie. So the movie it opens up with a scene.
Oh, you asked me what my opinion of.
Oh yeah. So what you think of the movie?
So, out of the 3 main movies that Jordan Peele has directed or produced, I'm a rate him. To me, Us number 1, Get Out number 2, and then No.
Now,
No, it was I guess I'm not really I like sci-fi, but it's probably not my favorite genre. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah,
I like
respectable.
psychological thrillers.
yeah,
I think that's why, Us was like number 1 for me. Like, and then with suspense and you know what I mean, it was a little creepy. Like I like that, but it had like so many different meanings, so many different things to interpret from Us. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like layers and layers on messages. And I'm pretty sure Nope has quite a few too, but I haven't caught all of them, so I don't feel like I can appreciate it as much as I could Us. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched Us quite a few times.
now
Go ahead.
when you put it like that, I would rank Get Out over Us, just for the black side of it and the behind message of it. Because to me, when I seen Get Out, that was about organ harvesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a big
Right,
thing.
right.
But the way they flipped it, he took it a step further. Like, nah, because they want our organs. They want every part of us. You feel me?
Right.
It goes back to slavery and all that. But he took it a step further. Like, nigga, they don't want your organs. They want you. They want to
Right.
be you. And that's how us black people feel any fucking way. So that was very powerful for me. To the movie Us, to me, it was good for conspiracy theories with the underground tunnels, but once he started doing the tether thing, it made me look at it differently, especially because I followed Tariq Nasheed, you know what I'm saying? It made me look at it racially as well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Okay,
You can look
okay,
at it in several different ways. You know what I mean? You can look at it from a capitalist perspective. You can
Right.
look at it from a racial perspective. You can look at it from an inner self perspective. You know what I mean? But I like Get Out. Don't get me wrong. I think it's close, but I think the action in Us took it to the top for me.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
No.
he was more-
I can see that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All great movies, you know what I'm saying? To me, this one was good, but I can see people saying they didn't like this movie because they didn't watch it the way I watched it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. When you're watching it from a different eye,
Yeah.
it's a lot better.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So with this one, this movie is about alien.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? An alien, a spaceship invasion. I don't want to say alien invasion, but alien contact to Earth. But the way he flipped it, that is what made me think, oh, this movie is hard on different levels. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
Yeah.
if you're an intellect or you fathom yourself as one, this movie is good, especially like I told my man Smitty, if you are into sci-fi, astrology, someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson, I bet he would like this shit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I probably don't like it as much, because I hated science.
Yeah.
Coming up in school, nigga. That was the nigga. I wouldn't have graduated, nigga, if they if she had barely passed me for science. She was like, nigga, I'm just gonna let you go. Go ahead. But I was brilliant in math. That's what's crazy part.
Yo, me
They
too.
say-
Me too.
They say math and science is like
It's
direct
hand in hand.
Yeah.
It is. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It is.
But I guess I probably wasn't paying attention and shit. I just didn't give a damn. Or teachers were boring or some shit like
Well,
that. But
Put it this way: if This is more about extraterrestrial stuff. So if you're not like well versed in some of those conspiracies and this, that, and the third, to me anyway, the way I seen the movie, some of the stuff you won't get. Like,
so it was conspiracy. It was for conspiracy theories.
Like one thing in my head, I was like towards the end, like if you seen, you was like, oh, that thing whole shapeshift to something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I have a reason why that happened. You know what I'm saying? The average viewer.
So you said towards the end, what not?
Yeah, you remember the ship? It like shapeshift into something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the average viewer might be like, oh, why'd that happen? To me, because I know certain science and this, that, and the third, I'm like, I understood why it happened like that. And there was parts in the movie that showed that it was going to happen. And I remember seeing that part in the movie, and I was like, this motherfucker's finna change. It's not finna be what it is.
That motherfucker turned into a jellyfish.
Yo, it looked like the Witch Queen from a game called Destiny 2. Yeah, it did look like a jellyfish. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Okay.
One thing about the movie, because the movie opened up with the monkey. It was a stage, you know, like a film stage. And it was just a monkey covered in blood, with like bodies around it and shit.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it started with the movie. But later on in the movie, it shows more like what the monkey did, this, that, and the third.
Right.
And I don't know if you noticed in the part where they were showing where the Asian dude was about to fist bump the monkey. When you seen the monkey doing all this and that, you seen the shoe just stood up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me, that played an important part, but like to an average viewer, it might not.
Yeah. See,
Heard you.
What I got from that, because I really didn't. I mean, only thing I can get from that was maybe the spaceship was nearby, and it was like, you know what I mean, like it was signaling to it or something.
Yeah. Now that's what I got too. The spaceship's nearby, but the reason I got the thing standing up.
Yeah, what's up with that?
That's a magnetic field.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're familiar with Bob Lazar. He's a guy who worked at Area 51. He's got a documentary on Netflix.
I heard that.
He worked at Area 51.
Exposed Area 51.
And he actually
What's the name of the documentary?
I don't know. Just look at Bob Lazar. It'll pop up on Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
LAZAR?
LAZAR. Yeah, I think so. Bob Lazar. So he was saying that, and you can tell Jordan Peele watched this based off of how he did the spaceship and the movement of the spaceship. If you notice one thing they say in the movie a lot, they're like, it's moving fast. It didn't move like this. You know what I'm saying? They put a little emphasis on the movement. And to me, after watching the Bible, I was like, I understand the movement. And the way it moves is why the shapeshift thing at the end, and why also the shoe was just standing straight up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's also why the power went out every time it was ready to gear up. You know what I'm saying? This shit gets deep. So let's crank it.
Hold on. The power went out every time it was ready to get up. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Every time that the power were going down, that's why that's when they set up the little car wash motherfuckers or whatever. And then when them niggas was laying there, it's like that motherfucker coming. You feel me? So the movie opens up with that scene. And then hold on, let me check my notes, because I was taking notes in the theater. I just seen the movie 30 minutes ago. When I was like, yo, I'm out, I was at the movie. You know what I'm saying?
So I was trying to figure out, as far as the monkey.
Yeah.
It looked like maybe like they was able to get into to somehow what's the word I'm looking for? Not transporting to, but that's I guess I can use that word. Transporting to the monkey.
Nah, you mean transcend, like the mind? Yeah.
Yeah. Like the whatever was in the spaceship was able to like transcend.
Well, you gotta understand. You gotta remember where they had the horse and the Asian dude. He said specifically, like when one of the horses acting. No, not the Asian dude, the black dude said specifically. He's like, this thing's making a noise I never heard, and the horse is acting territorial. So whatever, and then the Asian dude was like, yeah, my horse just went for it like it was something calling it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if the ship was calling to the animals, and then the animals feel territorial, if you, especially them, because it's different with the black people because they was like the trainers, so maybe they had a better relationship. But as for the people that was just on the stage, they didn't have no relationship with that monkey. Maybe the little Asian nigga did. That's why the monkey tried to come up to it, do the thing. But like, and as you can see, as the Asian nigga went on, he lived that type of life where he would be around animals that get trained or whatever.
Didn't they say they replaced the monkey though? Didn't they say they replaced the? I feel like maybe I misheard it.
I thought it got canceled.
But I feel like they said they replaced the monkey before for another monkey.
Yeah, they might have did that after that, but
no, I'm talking about before that was like a new monkey. That wasn't really the actual the other.
No. They didn't say they replaced it. They said one of the monkeys. So there was more than one monkey playing that monkey.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But I bet if they would have panned the camera off to the monkeys in the cage, them niggas would have been going ape shit too. Like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So the movie starts off. Is these black folks, you know what I'm saying? They own a ranch, and this is what I liked about Jordan Peele. He incorporated that movie shit with the horse shit. That shit nobody would have known. The first thing to ever can be considered a motion picture was a black jockey riding a horse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like
he was throwing history in there.
Yeah. Black history.
That's love.
Man.
That's
you know what I'm
love.
saying?
Yeah, real history.
Yeah.
I only put black in there. Real history.
You feel me?
Real
You feel
history.
me?
There you go. Yeah, that's it right there.
What is critical race theory? We just call it history. You feel me? So whatever the black jockey was, I looked it up online. They don't know who this is, but Jordan Peele gave the guy a name, and through that name, that's who the family was. They were ancestors of that person.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
But they never said his name though, right?
Yo, yes, they did. Hold up. It's Alistair E. Haywood.
Okay.
That's what they said the name was. So they were the Haywood family, and they bred and trained like horses for movies.
Okay.
Right.
And film and stuff. So the movie starts off with the dad, who is the main wrangler, you could say, doing this.
Keith David.
I call him nigga from ATL, Nunu's dad that talks. You know what I'm saying? That talks with his teeth, because he talks like this. Hey, everybody, get over here. He talk with all his teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that one got a hell of a voice. He got a unique ass voice.
Yeah, he definitely do.
So it starts off with him. They're chilling, and then he's like, "All right, Dad, I'm gonna get with you." And then all of a sudden, all this stuff starts dropping. At first, I thought it was hail, because you don't know what it is. You just see shit hitting the ground. So I'm like, "Oh, hail is hitting." And then the dad is like slumped over on the horse, goes to the hospital. It realized there's a nickel in his eye, like a nickel fell and shot him in his shit and killed his ass.
Because that was the shit coming from.
Yeah. And then like a key fell into the horse ass and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is this about?
So is it like metal falling from the sky type
shit?
At first, you think it's metal. That's what I was saying. I was like, okay, it's metal, maybe like magnet. What are you saying, Marcus? I didn't mean to cut you off.
You remember when it swallowed up the fair?
Yeah.
With the group, and then they was all in there screaming and shit. And it spit out.
I was gonna get to that.
That's what
that was. But at the time, we didn't know.
It was spitting out.
Yeah.
It was spitting out the shit that it didn't need, I guess.
So the movie starts like that, and he gets a weird feeling about that. And I think 6 months passes from then till now. So now he's taking over the family.
They gotta
business.
be fucked up, man, to get killed by a nickel, nigga.
Boy, what? Nigga, what?
Nigga, you ain't worth 5 cents.
Like 5 cents done took your booty ass out, nigga. A nickel.
Nigga, I wouldn't be mad if 50 Cent killed me, but a nickel. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck you get for a nickel nowadays?
At least 50 Cent got a reputation.
At least, nigga. One in each eye, too. A quarter in each eye.
You know what I mean? A nickel ain't even paying tax on a dollar, nigga.
Nigga, I tell you right now, me personally, I wouldn't have died from that nickel. But
right.
I would have to survive. You gonna have to put at least 75 more cents on that nickel before I go out, nigga. Fuck that, nigga.
He was a 3 cents ass nigga. That's what it was. Working with the white people. No, I'm just playing. So then So he takes over the business, the son. He takes over the business. He promised his sister, which another thing I didn't like about the movie. It wasn't a big thing for me, but for me, I mean, it wasn't a big thing, but for me, it kind of got me because I'm all into movies. Their accents, I'm like, bro, none of you have a California accent. That nigga, the main character, he kept his accent from playing Fred Hampton in the.
Were they born and raised in Cali?
They didn't specify. They just said they was in Cali, but I consider it was because that was a generational ranch.
Yeah.
Oh,
So in my head, I assume
that's
they're from
coming down.
Cali. And if you notice Keke Palmer, she sounds like she's from the East Coast.
Kiki sounded a little southern a little bit.
Nah, at some parts, but not all the
Yeah.
mannerisms and stuff she was saying. I was like, she got an East Coast accent. Dude, he kept his Chicago accent from playing Fred Hampton and Judas and the Black Messiah. I was like, that was weird. Even the Asian, he didn't really. So I was like, man, maybe they didn't care that much about it. But then also, it's 2022. Motherfuckers live everywhere and don't sound like nothing.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
You know what I mean?
Except my country, boy.
Nah.
He's like, you don't know where the fuck I'm from.
We know where you from. We know where you from. Niggas might not say Arkansas.
That's my signature.
But they gonna be the South. You feel me?
He's somewhere from down there.
So then they do another breakdown. No. They're doing this, that, and the third. And the black guy, the main character.
He's selling the horses.
Yeah, he goes to the Asian dude
All right.
to sell his horses. But in his head, he's trying to like pawn him. Like, I'm going to sell him, but I'm going to get him back. He was like,
Right.
You ain't getting shit back.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
over.
So he wanted to sell him. Now, at this time in the movie, you don't know this. It's exposed later. That dude's buying the horses to lure out the aliens.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Ship, yeah.
Because it was like, this nigga's trying to sell 11 horses. I was like, why is this nigga buying so many? I thought he was a horse wrangler, but he wasn't.
Right.
He ran like a circus or some shit.
That nigga was a ship wrangler.
Right.
Yeah. But that nigga said he was the Asian kid. He did like film and stuff. He was on the set when the monkey fucked everything up.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
this dude here has a real capitalistic mindset because he got paid. He lived off of getting paid for the monkey shit.
Yeah.
Because Mo paid him $50,000 for and one night to stay in this little museum he had set up for the monkey. So so he used that to his advantage, like to start making money off of crazy, that was his thing. He was like, I got a way to
He
make
charged your conspiracy.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got conspiracy, I'll entertain that and tickle that fancy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was pretty much like a ghost hunter, but a mobile one. Like, oh yeah, I know about the conspiracy shit. The shit happens here. I was there with the monkey. The monkey went crazy for no reason. Hear my story type shit. So
and the girl survived. Do you peep that?
Nigga, what? When I seen that bitch, I was like, and it's funny because they kept saying Oprah, and the bitch that got attacked by the monkey and looked like that was on Oprah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, if you look up the
Oprah
I
remember that.
Yeah, she had the thing over her face. See, shit like that, I'd be looking, I'd be like, ooh, that's good. Like, that's
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like, someone else might not look. I was like, yeah, to me, I'm like, they took this fucking movie serious. You know
that bitch had knuckles for a face.
Yeah, no, that bitch, what the hell she look like?
That face looked like a fist. Nigga.
She looked like Walking Dead. She looked like the Asian nigga just brought her over from the set. It was like, we just don't use this.
No.
That bitch looked up, she's like, so you know, time has passed. You know, he's selling the horses. She's trying to keep everything afloat. Keke Palmer, to me, that's why I said she sounded like she's from the East Coast. To me, she didn't sound like she was there all the time, cause he had to keep telling her like, "Yo, bitch, gotta feed these horses. I gotta walk them in the morning." Like, and then when the dude came with the proposition to buy the horse farm, she was with it, and he was like, "Nah, like we're not selling dad shit." Like, she was with that sale of the farm. And she was also trying to... You remember, she also said that was her side hustle, the horse shit.
I thought she said I thought she was the one that wasn't with it.
Nah, the dude wasn't with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he wasn't with it.
She was.
Wait, hold on,
Keke was. Because he was like, they want to buy the farm. She's like, how much? He's like, don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it ain't.
But I thought she said something like, you crazy as hell, selling thing about selling daddy farm or some shit like that. I feel like she said something like that, but
maybe I might have been taking notes at that point. Yeah. But nah, I felt like, because she also called it her side hustle. He's like, yo, you can't be going into these things talking about your side hustle. She's like, nigga, this is my side hustle. That other shit I was talking, that's what I really do. So I was like, she wasn't as invested as him. We'll put it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
He gave a fuck about the farm. And he watched his
Yeah.
daddy die. And also, when he
That's
watched
his
his daddy
legacy.
die, she wasn't there. And she told the story about how she was supposed to do something with a horse, and the dad chose the son instead. So to me, that gave me the feeling that she was on the outskirts of the operation.
Okay.
Yeah, the horse name was
Oh, I got it. Hold up. It's right here.
not Dirty
You said-
Laundry, but
No, I got it. Hold on. The first horse name was Ghost.
Ghost. That was Ghost.
Yeah, that was Ghost. So the first horse name was Ghost. And this is
Alright.
where you see the first glimpse of
The horse run. When he,
the alien shit.
yeah.
So Kiki Palmer comes, you know, they're doing their thing because he's presenting another horse to like a TV show or whatever.
All right.
But now they tried to make this important, and I guess it was, but to me, it wasn't like that. With the horse seeing its reflection, and it started like it kicked the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Out.
Yeah. Now that might be important for a horse, but when they did it later, I was just like, that didn't really recollect. But maybe that's something I'm missing. It is what it is.
So what happened when he seen its reflection?
Basically, he brought the thing to the stage, and then they
Alright.
was like, "Yo, where's the old guy? Like, who the fuck is this guy?" And they're like, "Yo, he died 6 months ago. Like, we're stuck with
Okay.
the son." So he's nervous. You could tell he's not the TV guy. He just trains him at the
At
the ranch and shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you could tell Kiki Palmer is the spokes bitch because he went to give the speech. He's like, "My sister's supposed to be coming." Like, fuck, I'm not the speaking ass nigga. I'm the fucking deal with the horse ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the thing, there was a thing. It looked like maybe a flash thing or whatever. But when they turned it around, the horse seen its reflection, and when the horse seen it started kicking and acting. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Oh, like hold on."
That happened again. At one point.
The reflection part
Yeah.
with the horse.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
happened
remember.
again. And the horse had spazzed out. Oh shit! What was that other part?
I know the spazzed out when the motherfucker came, when the UFO came.
It was a reflection part though. Shit. See, that's why I said I got to watch.
No. Yeah, well, it happened there. I know they said don't let that motherfucker see you after. You know what I'm saying? Because he used the horse reflection as a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the first horse was Ghost. This is your first encounter with the
aliens, you could say.
spaceship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they're out and about, and they're sitting there chilling, and then all of a sudden, his horse starts going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So he goes out there to check on it. He's doing this, that, and third. And next thing you know, the horse just books it. You feel me? It starts booking it down, and then he's like, "Where the horse going?" He's like, "I don't fucking know." Then he sees a light fixture, like on the low to the ground or whatever. It has
Right.
lights, but when those lights come on, all the lights around start shutting down.
Right.
And to me, right there, I was like, "Oh." Because between me watching different sci-fi shits and just knowing a little bit about science, I was like, "Oh, they're using quantum fusion." I'm not sure if you're familiar with the show The Man Who Fell to Earth.
No.
It's based off a 1970s movie, but they redid it with the guy from 12 Years a Slave. It's a TV show now. And one of the he's an alien from another planet, and when he comes to this planet, one of the things he offers up is quantum fusion, which basically is, if I'm not mistaken, quantum fusion, it's like a mix. It's like fusing and like dissecting like atoms to form elements for energy. You know what I'm saying? It's an energy source.
It's basically like an infinite energy source.
It's an infinite energy source.
Okay,
and I
gotcha.
know on that show, when he reveals his quantum fusion, all the lights everywhere turn basically turn off. And then the quantum fusion powers everything. That's why the power comes back on.
It's like a generator.
Almost, but like a never-ending one. It's a source
Okay.
of energy. Like our source of energy here, I think most of our energy is fuel, right?
Yeah.
Fossil fuel or whatever.
Fuels, yeah.
Basically, in that show, if you have quantum fusion, that will be the only source of energy for thousands of years.
And you won't need nothing else.
And basically, in that show, all like oil companies and stuff, they don't like it because they don't know, put them out of business. So for when I seen that, I was like, okay, they're doing the quantum fusion thing,
Okay.
which is also If you watch the Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix, he tells you, and this was in 85, I think, because the recordings are from 85 in the Bob Lazar thing. He tells you these spaceships are powered by an element that we don't have on this planet yet, or we have not figured out how to create it.
That makes sense.
And that's what they use to propel. So when I seen the lights going off, I was like, instantly, quantum fusion. Or the element that they eventually created. It's called element 115.
Yeah, 115, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you heard about it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so the element 115. So in my head, as soon as I seen that, I was like, boom, that's what that is. So the horse goes running, and then you hear the screaming. At the time, we don't know what it is, but by the end of the movie, the horse got took. Then you see the thing take off and leave. And it's big, but the way it moves, the speed, like you see how I got over that mountain and just disappeared?
Yeah.
For me, watching that, I was like, they're using gravity propulsion. The way that thing is moving and how fast it's moving, based on the Bob Lazar thing, because he would say, he's like, they moved in a way that you wouldn't know. Now, granted, he said they didn't fly like this. They float like this, like the bottom was towards the front. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And there was
on the Bob Lazar
there was parts in the movie where the spaceship flew like that, where it was getting ready to take up.
It was sitting sideways.
Yeah.
Like in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was sitting there.
So once I seen it take off, I was like, boom, gravity. They're bending gravity. They're using a propulsion system that bends gravity. And I'm not sure if y'all familiar with the thing, but people always want to say with the time travel, they get the paper like, oh, this is basically, and then when you bend gravity, you punch through the, I don't know if y'all ever seen that comparison where they punch through the piece of paper.
Yeah.
They're like, that's how time travel is. You bend gravity. Because basically gravity controls time. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I know
But
a little bit about
when
that.
I seen that, I was like, they're bending the gravity because that thing was moving quick.
Yeah.
Like that shit was out of sight immediately. And then you couldn't catch it on camera because that, to me, that's the magnetic field shit, which is why the fucking thing was up. So once it kicks up, between the magnetic field and then the, for me anyway, the quantum physics, we'll just call them quantum physics. That covers the whole thing. But it was using quantum fusion to create a power source to move the spaceship. That's why everything went down. So he seen it and he was like, yo, I seen something out there. I don't know why he was afraid to say it was a fucking UFO at first.
Nah, because once you start talking like that, but still, once you start talking to people about UFOs and all that shit, they gonna look at you like, nigga, what the fuck you been
that's
smoking?
true.
Like you ain't smoking weed no more, nigga. You on some other shit. That's how they gonna look at you though.
That's basically, I guess that's how he thought it was, because when he brought it to his sister was like, well, nigga, if you really, mind you, the horse is gone now. They're like, where the fuck is the horse?
Yeah,
his sister's like, if you're saying,
hey, where are you going?
Right.
Like that motherfucker was a person.
Right. Hey, come back, Steve. We got ribs, nigga. You said you wanted. So
tell that nigga back his ass back.
Right. So the sister was like, well, if you claim to see what you saw, we could get $5,000 to $500,000 worth just for a picture. Because and I like how they said that in the movie too. They was like, no one has concrete evidence. And of course, through the movie, you understand no one has concrete evidence because this thing will disrupt any type of
with a magnetic field that's going to disrupt any kind of
digital
photo.
Yeah,
that's
going to happen.
It's
It's like a low level EMP, I guess you could say.
Basically, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Electromagnetic pulse for those who
don't know what an EMP
is. So that was the first encounter. So then they hit up Fry's Electronics.
Okay.
And they're like, all right, let's get all these fucking, cameras and shit. And the guy that works at Fry's Electronics, which is funny because he looked like what's the boy's nigga from Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, the best friend, Franco. He looked like James Franco's little brother. But it wasn't. The whole movie, I thought that's who it was until it was someone else. I was like, oh, it's just a Spanish nigga that looks like him, but he moved and act just like him. This guy is a future in Hollywood. Right. This is not going to be the last movie you see. I'm telling you. He was doing. He's setting up the shit. I mean, he's coming in and he noticed what they're doing, and he noticed how he want the cameras angled at the ceiling shit. He's like y'all on some alien shit. He's a heavy conspiracy theorist.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
And so he's like, yo, y'all on some alien shit. So while he's setting it up, he's like, y'all need to check out these documentaries, this, that. And they're like, yeah, whatever, nigga.
Yeah.
So then, now, the movie's going on. the horse got taken. So Keke Palmer goes to the Asian dude's, I don't want to say farm or ranch.
It was his
It was more like an attraction.
Attraction, yeah.
For like tourists.
Statue.
Yeah. So he got like these different horses, and one of the horses basically got all these flags wrapped around. She steals the horse. You know what I'm saying?
On some nigga shit.
Because after they have the camera set up, they're like, well, if this thing wants horses, we'll hit him with a fake horse, and we'll record it, and we'll get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she steals the fake horse, and then he comes, and he's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, y'all stole my fake horse? And she's trying to play it dumb. So in his head, he's like, all right, I'm going to get you back. So he sends his kids over there to, like, prank him.
Right.
Now, mind you, at this point, I'm pretty sure this is before the second encounter.
Okay.
He sees lights flickering in the stable. You know what I'm saying? Some mainstream shit. Nigga.
That was the only.
They in the stable.
Let me see this. That was the only part that I was like, oh, we got action. When that
motherfucker stood up, right?
Man, when the kids,
yeah,
when it was like,
yeah,
I said, oh, this is my Jordan Peele shit right here.
When he first said nope, that was the first time he said nope. He was like, nope.
Yeah. Now that's what I was expecting, because Us got me hooked on that. Us, had that was the shit. That was motherfucker come out with that Lupita and them.
Right.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
That shit, I like that type of shit. That's my type of shit. When motherfucker get a twist in their head and shit, they come back, boy, that shit right there. That make a movie for me.
I ain't gonna lie, because that's why I was like, ooh, we about to. I was like, oh, it's about the aliens now. They're not on the spaceship and shit. And then especially the way it was, because the way the camera was, it would blur. You could barely see it. But I'm like, is that a little figure? And then the motherfucker rose up. I'm like, oh, shit, that is a figure. And then it was coming close. Then another one popped up. That nigga was like, nope. That nigga left. Nope. I was like, oh, word, we about to get there. Then the third one popped up. That nigga punched that nigga straight in the face. Will Smith, Independence Day style. Welcome to Earth, motherfucker. Drop that nigga. What? Then they took the mask off. It was just the kids of the Asian person.
Right, you know
right. Like, he sent them over to fuck with him.
See, it turned into like, it was like, at first I was like, this just made us like black storm chasers, but with aliens, you know what I mean?
Right.
And,
yeah.
Because I'm like, we wouldn't be doing this shit. We would be gone. That first night was weird shit. Hey man,
yo, when shit got real, remember Keke was like, "Let's go, let's leave."
Right. Fuck out of here.
You said you want to buy my daddy phone for how much? So my nigga,
nigga, let go.
Fuck out of here. What you mean?
Yeah. So they figure out it's like the Asian kids playing the game or whatever. So they're like, all right, whatever. So then the second horse, what's this one? Clover. That was the white horse.
Clover,
right?
That was a statue.
Clover, what's the statue?
I think that was a statue.
Okay, it might have been the statue.
I think the second one was the one with the crazy name. The
second one was the statue. Like the second time you seen the thing, it was the statue because they was like, because they had the camera set up. Remember the praying mantis was on the camera and it wouldn't fucking move. Yeah. So they had the fake horse in there set up. Okay. And then, like, boom, the thing seen it. They're like, yo, boom, we're coming. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. So, mind you, the conspiracy theory guy that worked at Fry's Electronics, he couldn't let it go. So, he tapped into their cameras, and he's looking. Oh. You know what I'm saying? And he noticed one of the cameras was out. And by him watching all these films, he knows when an alien comes, all your electronic shit is out. So, he's like, yo, camera B is out on some extraterrestrial shit.
Right.
So he knew what the fuck was going on.
So at that point, now he's a believer. Now he on their team. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, okay, these niggas is on to something. They had a reason to come get all these cameras. Yeah. All right, cool.
So then, like, Keke and them, they was like, all right, boom, we gonna get the evidence. We about to get paid, this, that, and the third. So it is the thing comes, you know what I'm saying? It comes through. It takes the
statue.
The statue.
Now, this is where you see it getting took, and this is when another thing of me was like, okay, they're using science again. Notice, every time it got took, it was a tornado that took them. Mm-hmm. Now, for anyone that knows, tornadoes are made when hot and cold combined into each other. Now, that's a natural occurrence, but for it to just happen, And to me, I'm like, oh, okay. This makes you think like the American Horror Story, like, oh, we have alien tech because there's places on Earth that can make their own weather.
Yeah. What is that? HARP.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi, all that shit. There's places on Earth that can make their own weather. Now, with these people having quantum fusion with quantum physics, they could manipulate atoms. So it's nothing to make a tornado.
Right. That would be
and
simplistic.
If you've seen the TV show The Man Who Fell Before Earth, he would communicate with the other alien through the tornado. The guy would make the tornado, and he would stand in it, and that's how they would communicate, because the tornado would disrupt a lot of frequencies and stuff.
Okay.
But in the eye of the tornado, there would be communication. So in my head, when I was watching that, I was like, oh, look, they're using the quantum physics again. Because the motherfucker just makes the tornado. Even if it was just sucking niggas up, the act of the tornado with motherfuckers getting taken away and shit, to me, I was like, oh, they're hitting the quantum shit. So boom, it snatched up the horse. They didn't catch that one because all the shit got, dead or whatever. But they all seen it. That was the part in the movie where they all seen it. They're like, there's a fucking alien here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's when the dude from Fry's, he's like, fuck it, I'm pulling up. I'm part of it now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Put himself in the group.
And then Keke Palmer calls like this famous filmography motherfucker.
Yeah, he was I think he was
part of the set where she came.
He was running the set.
Because he was like, yeah, I remember you.
He was like the director or some shit.
Yeah. So she hit him up. He's like, how'd you get my number? She's like, I was on the call sheet. Like, I got some shit for you that you need to see, whatever. And without saying so many words, she hinted alien shit. 'Cause she said impossible. And when she said impossible, he was like,
yeah, she said a quote.
Yeah, she was like, I got, that stuff that you say is impossible to film? I have impossible shit happening. And he was like, oh, okay. But he ain't paid no mind.
Right.
So, boom. The movie keeps going. Now, at this point, we learn that the Asian guy is also experiencing the same thing. But instead, he's using that as an attraction for people to come.
Right.
Oh, come see all this weird shit that's going on.
He been hip to it.
Yeah. So he's like, every day for the last 6 months at 6:15 or whatever time he said, he's like, my horses run that way like something's calling them. That's why he was buying the horses from the horse dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this particular day, he got the horse Lucky. That's the horse. He got that motherfucker set in a cage, and actually before that, the Fry's electronics dude, he comes over to check, and he shows them. He's like, yo, just so y'all know, this is like rendering footage for like the past 3 days or whatever, and notice this cloud is not moving.
Right.
Because the UFO disappears and they can't figure it out. Somehow this was the first sign I knew it was gonna shapeshift. The cloud was the alien. Because if you can bend gravity, you can bend light.
Yeah.
And bend space. And all that. So you can make, it's almost like
like camouflage.
Yeah, if y'all ever seen
like
that movie G.I. Joe, the one with Marlon Wayne and Channing Tatum, there was a suit the female had, she put on, and whatever was behind her was projected in front of her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
if you
yeah, almost like that. Or if you've seen the movie The Invisible Man, it came out like 2 years ago, he had a camera full of suits that would project what's behind him in front of him. You know what I'm saying? The ship didn't need that because it bends light.
Yeah.
So it was projecting whatever the fuck it wanted to project. So you would just see the thing. The
cloud.
The cloud. So while he's giving the demonstration, they're looking up, and next thing you know, behind the cloud is boom, the UFO. He's like, oh, I guess they came early. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, you don't understand what the ship is doing. You're just like, oh, it's whatever.
So if it was coming, well, can you explain it? If it was coming up that whole time, why did it come early that particular time?
Because to me, like they said later in the movie, it challenged the ship. It didn't come to make an agreement. It came for something else. And
what challenged the ship?
The guy by being there, like bringing it out, he was like challenging it, and just like the monkey and whatever and the animals, it's territorial. So it's like, yo, nigga, you out here earlier, nigga, this my spot, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I seen it, because they said it makes the animals behave.
So you don't think it was nothing that triggered it?
If anything triggered it to me, it was the horse being there.
Well, he usually have horses out there, right?
Not how he had it that day. He had a crowd. He's like, today I'm gonna show you guys. Like before then.
I thought that was his like normal attraction. I thought that was his thing that he done. He does like every what do you say, every month or something like that.
Well, he said it happens every day. I feel like he was keeping tabs on it. Because remember, he gave the whole spill. He's like, I've been watching these people. I call them the watchers. They've been watching us. I feel like he was gaining evidence, and that was his first expo. Because he had a whole bunch of other attractions there before that. Like, that wasn't the attraction for the whole thing. He had other shit there.
You know what I noticed? When they got sucked up, it was like a big coochie. They got sucked up in.
Yeah, now, that's
how I know.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. It was looking like that, nigga.
That's what it looked like. It looked like that motherfucker. That's how you know. That's how you know the woman. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter where you at. Goddamn it, shit. That coochie is gonna always be the number one factor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, that hole with that nice gushy shit in the middle. That motherfucker it ain't gonna never lose.
You see, the horses was running. They was like, "Oh, stop calling me."
The horse was running
some
through
big
it.
pussy over there.
Y'all didn't see it, but the horse dick was hard.
I was just finna say. That's the first time I didn't see in a film that didn't use females' horses. All them horses had dicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that motherfucker, I told that motherfucker like octopus. That motherfucker octopussy in that motherfucker.
It was. Shit. Hey, yo, hold on real quick, man. I got to piss. I'm drinking. Give me 2 seconds.
Go ahead,
hold it down real quick.
Nah, that shit's out of control. I gotta watch that shit tonight. That's what.
Oh, you ain't watched it?
Nah, I gotta watch that shit tonight.
Oh man.
Nah, because this sounds like this. Like I'm like a jack of all trades. You know what I mean? I know a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? So when he started talking about the quantum fusion, quantum physics, and shit like that, like I understand a bit of it. I'm not no well-versed person in it, but I know little things in between. So when he's saying this, that's gonna make me pay attention when I watch the movie. You know what I mean? Because
I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Once he started, like the way he's describing it right now, it's like he said, like in the beginning, he was like, "Yo, you know, some people like if you're into the sci-fi and science and shit like that, you gonna probably fuck with the movie." And I feel like I'm a person that's like that. You know what I mean? So as y'all are going through this right now, this shit makes you want to watch this shit right now while you bullshit. Like, fuck all this bullshit. I'm gonna go to the theater right now and watch this shit. Like,
yeah, for the average motherfucker, you might want to read a book for you watch this shit. Cause
it sounds like you might need to, because there's gonna be some shit that you gonna miss, and you're like, wait, they gonna watch this shit on YouTube. They're like, where the fuck did that shit happen? Because did we watch the same movie? Like, what the fuck?
right.
You know, what the fuck going on here? Like, hold on. There's no way. But that's a good thing about like shit like this. Like, spoiler right now, like the way he's breaking down this movie, like this is the first one, and there's gonna be many more to come. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be a lot of shit that when niggas is watching movies and they come and watch this spoiler video and whatnot, they gonna get a lot of shit out the movie that they may have not got. And that in turn might make them want to go back and watch the movie again and see some other shit. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. Like, I completely missed this. Like, this nigga see some shit, you know what I mean, that I didn't even think of or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's going to make them want to go back and watch it again just to catch the little shit that niggas is catching right now, you know what I mean? And this is off the first playthrough, you know what I mean?
Right.
Once you get to the second and third or whatever.
I ain't even see it 3 times.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I gotta watch a couple things. Yeah. Hey, dude, I'm gonna ask you. Okay, so for the little part where he was out there showing them the little what's going on and shit.
Yeah.
You feel like they got what they paid for? Cause like
you stupid nigga. Yeah, they got a first hand.
I remember back in the day. We had this thing called the Gravitron. You remember that motherfucker?
That you used on the wall?
They was in the Gravitron in the sky, nigga.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
They paid for that last thrill, nigga.
They sure did. They was like, we're paying for our death.
Boy.
Hey, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm type of nigga, I love to die in some pussy.
Boy,
yeah, let me
that's
tell
gotta
you,
be
that
one
thing,
hell to die.
That thing with Romeo, You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
It was light in there too. I was like, there's light in this pussy.
I
It's
was
a
just
black
got-
hole, but you get in there. I was like,
in there, motherfucker. I just got naked. I was just pulling my pants off of that motherfucker. And just hump my way up.
That nigga stupid.
yep. Sure. By the end of that movie, they would be like,
I bet that thing was good, nigga.
is the UFO having a UFO baby?
Like, what the fuck?
That would have been me.
Hey, it would have been kids dropping out the sky,
You
nigga.
feel me?
Hey, so-
So, yeah, that's what happened at this part. The guy, the Asian dude,
oh, shit,
he put the show on, and then
Right.
this is where you finally see what the actual UFO is and what it's about. It
Yeah.
comes through,
Mhm.
takes everybody.
Everybody got
Everyone gets abducted. Everybody go up.
Damn.
But this is when it shows the inside of the thing. When it's going up. And I'm trying to think. I was like, something else
It was
did
kind of
this.
sticky. It was you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
It was
looked like-
pussy.
It was literally looked like a big pussy. That's why I would have been like, ooh, yeah, let me get naked. Boy.
But
I'm gonna go out. This is how I'm gonna go out, nigga. I'm telling you, boy. That thing, I bet that would have been, ooh, I bet that would have been fire.
Right. Nigga.
Right,
I would have
see?
went up in there with some with a condom suit on.
Fuck the condom. I'm gonna die anyway.
nigga, ain't shit else gonna happen to me,
This
nigga.
motherfucker finna keep. This is
Nah,
finna be
nah.
instant.
You say that, but when dude put his condom suit on, he ain't get killed. He
No,
had the
I'm
blue
gonna say
tarp. He wrapped the
this
shit
shit
around.
pretty-
He was protected.
But he ain't feel it like he wanted to though. You know what I'm saying? I got that. That's that
He
instant,
went
that instant aid. You know what I'm saying? You come to that motherfucker and hit him and die.
He couldn't raw dog it.
He could raw doggy.
Cause that motherfucker had AIDS. You raw dog that. That's death. That shit was,
Absolute death, nigga.
that
It's
shit was
over
giving
with.
out instant AIDS. That's gonorrhea for syphilis. That shit.
Nigga, that
ass.
shit gone with, nigga.
So at this point, when this is how I took it, and this is how they took it from the rest of the movie. When he took everyone up, that's when you realize the ship ain't a ship. The ship is the alien. The ship
Right.
is a living organism, and it's not
Right.
abducting niggas. It's
Right.
eating niggas.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
All
which
right.
which
Yeah,
made me
that
think
was, that
about
was heavy right there.
it was
Shit just got fed.
that shit made me think about. I don't know if y'all know, like the military is coming out, if they have not came out with it already. Basically, it's a machine that eats the dead corpse,
Okay.
and the machine is fueled by biomass, which is like human flesh and shit like that.
Yeah. So, as
So
it
I was
eats,
just
it
like,
gets power.
Oh shit!
If
You got
people-
a zombie machine?
yeah. So I was like, if people wanna act like aliens been here before, and this is the tech, because when you hear like, oh, the military's coming out, why would you come out with that? I'm like, well, maybe it already exists, because that's what this alien was. It was eating motherfuckers. That's why the shit was here. It wasn't watching. It wasn't trying to invade. It was eating niggas,
They was hungry.
and that's why it was eating the horses and shit. And then And then after this is when you realize this, for me anyway. This I knew it was eating niggas. When it came back to the main people house farm, when after it digest, it took a shit in a piss. You know what I'm saying? That piss was full of blood. It was piss and blood, and it was shitting out all the metal and shit. That's how dude got the fucking nickel in
that's
the
the-
eye. You
So
know what
that
I'm
nigga
saying?
died by a shit?
He died by shit in the eye.
A shit nickel.
By
Yeah,
the UFC shit, the UFO shit.
That nigga
Yeah,
got
that was the last,
shit on
this
and
the last
died?
shit you gonna see.
He got shitted on. For
Yeah.
real.
Boy.
The Nicki Minaj song was playing and everything in the background.
Boy,
They say
that
when he-
death by defecation.
Death
They
by
say,
definition.
they say when he died, he was like, I can't see shit. They was like,
Exactly what he said.
That's all you can see, motherfucker. That's all you motherfuckers saw, nigga. You saw shit and died, nigga.
Because I don't know if you noticed, when it went up, it still had the plastic horse in there with the ribbons wrapped around it. So this
Oh,
time,
the fake horse?
the fake horse. So this time when it was shitting, it shit that horse out.
The whole
The
horse?
whole horse.
yeah, that's
God damn.
but that landed on his truck, right?
Yeah, it did. That might have been like a fuck you type shit. You made me eat
So
this shit.
nah, so basically, the fake horse was like how corn is to humans.
Yeah, it was corn. It was corn to the
Nigga, no matter how much you chew corn, nigga, a whole kernel coming out that bitch. Nigga.
Yeah. They say corn plastic. Nigga.
I don't think corn plastic.
That's what they motherfuckers be saying.
Because
That shit like
corn was around before plastic was invented. Cause you know
No,
George
I think they
Washington
said
called.
corn like plastic.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, yeah. My science teacher taught me that. He's like, you know, if you eat corn and rinse it out, you can eat it again after you shit. I was like, well, how do you know that?
Yeah, why do you know that?
You know what I'm
It's not
saying?
even how do you know
Did
that.
you try
Why
it?
do you know
There's
that?
a strainer next to that door, and I was
Right.
always wondering why.
There's some questions. It's not how. It's just why. There's some like, why would you know that I could rinse out corn and eat it again? Yeah, that doesn't make no sense to me. That would be like,
You know how I knew it was a pussy?
what up?
Because it had a period. It leaked
It
on
would
the
bleed.
house.
The house, yeah, that's what I was saying. It was this time of the month. And notice,
Oh,
the Asian nigga
shit.
said it
It was a
came
fried
early.
pussy. That's what it was.
It was.
Fried pussy.
It came early too. The Asian even said, he was like, it came early. That means
Right.
that horse knocked it on. Cause you know
Right.
you fucking.
Bro, that's
knocked the pussy early.
The whole time they've been hunted by a flying pussy.
They've been hung by flying pussy.
Nigga! Oh my God. Nigga, I'm writing that down. I'm doing
Why? And they always tell you the Egyptians had a contact with the giant pussy was like, what's these giant dick niggas over here? You can fly over here real quick.
That's hilarious.
We'll help y'all build some shit. Just send us some of your pharaohs and
It
shit.
was hunted. Oh man.
He writing it down.
He
baby.
said, yeah,
Hold
let's
on,
go to
hold
the
on,
notes
hold
right
I
now.
gotta do. I gotta do my movie review too.
Yeah,
you
I know
what
it.
I'm
I know it.
saying? I gotta double down on it. I'm gonna do it with you, then I'm gonna do my own with you. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right.
All comedic version.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's niggas was hunted by a giant pussy the whole game. That changed this whole. What
it
was
really
was
Man,
this
that
rated
changes
NC-17?
the whole
nigga?
everything.
Bro, you see why the dude went in there with the camera? He was like, like, don't go. He's like, I'm good, nigga. Yeah, nigga, take me.
Yeah, he smelt it.
Matter of fact, right after
Yo,
that,
wait a minute, that smells familiar.
hell yeah.
Dirty Sanchez himself, nigga.
Cause yo, check it. Right after that, that dude he didn't even call them. He showed up on their front lawn. He heard it on the radio. They're like, oh, 40 people went missing sometime. He was like, the pussy's back. It's impossible. That nigga pulled up.
Pulled up on it.
Kiki Palmer's like, oh, you're here. He's like, yeah, I'm with it. I believe
yeah,
it.
Come on, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let go,
As a matter of fact, it might have been his kid. We don't know.
boy.
The way
they
he
say,
ran up.
you know that saying, go, pussy will kill you.
It sure did.
Absolutely.
That
Pussy
motherfucker-
would be the death of you.
Yeah.
That sounded like it was the death of that nigga.
Man, that's funny, dog. That's a hell of an interpretation right there, dog.
Another.
That's a
promo
hell
code.
of a way to look at. That's a hell of a way to break it down.
It ain't not if you
Because
look at
now
it.
you can go even deeper with that.
I mean, check it. It's life from another planet. Life come from pussy. See
There
that?
we go.
Oh,
Boy, yeah, boy.
There's so many things you live by the pussy, you die by the pussy. Like,
Exactly.
there's so many things. Oh man, that's oh
Well,
man.
here's one question for y'all because y'all seen it. I haven't.
Notice.
Was there
Nah,
another
hold
one?
up. The UFO kept taking men. It took the girls as a group, like an orgy thing, but its preference
Yeah.
was niggas.
right,
Nigga
right.
horses, nigga men.
Yeah, and they took the horse because you know them horses got them big meat. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And it was on display in the movie.
Yeah.
I was like,
But,
these,
but you know, we never talked about the looking down part.
what you mean?
You notice when you they had to look, if you look up at it, it'll suck you up. But if you look down,
Yeah. That's what they tried to use. You know what's funny? When you looked up at it, the circle, it looked like a pussy. It had like lips. Like
That's
in
what I'm
the
saying.
circle, it had like lips in the clip.
That's what I'm saying. And then it came out.
Yeah.
That motherfucker,
I'm
it started
finna-
squirting
I'm
at
finna
one
watch
point.
this shit.
Nah, that was queefing. That was queefing.
Yeah, it was queefing. It was queefing. That was
Too much
queefing.
air in
Yeah.
that bitch.
Yeah. when it
Yeah.
was getting them keys out, it's like when
Oh,
you're nutting a
man.
girl and she push it out. You're like, God damn, bitch, the pussy do a lot, don't it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like a
saying? Yeah,
motherfucker,
just
nigga.
pushing it out. You didn't want to get pregnant.
Hey, nigga. Oh man, my review gonna be so retarded, dog.
What? I might be on stage Wednesday talking about this shit. Did y'all see the pussy movie? I mean the Nope.
Nope.
They called it Nope. They meant to call it Hope. That was the bitch name in the sky.
No.
So at that point in the movie, that's when they was like, okay, this motherfucker it's hungry. It's eating motherfuckers.
Right.
And it don't like plastic. It's like a real pussy. It didn't take to plastic well. It needed the throbbing veins, if you feel me.
Jesus
You feel me?
Christ.
It needed the blood rush.
This sounds like one of them fucking.
This was an anti-LGBT movie. Now at this point, it was against
They did
lesbianism.
what?
It was against lesbianism. Even
This nigga says it's
even
an
the pussy, it died when it seen the biggest nigga it could find.
This nigga is
No.
stupid, bro.
See, I'm gonna use this in the review, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I thought that was some bullshit.
When it died, right?
Yes.
That was bullshit. But at the same
They
time,
killed that bit. They killed that bit with a hot air balloon cowboy. A white man.
an Asian. No, it was Asian. The smallest.
Asian?
The smallest dick. The pussy didn't know what to do. It was like, what the fuck is
I'm
this?
gonna say white man.
Get this shit up off.
A damn white man still had to save the day. Ain't that a bitch?
Ain't that about a bitch?
Yeah, now that's some bullshit.
Movie
Nah.
You know
about
what
some
I'm saying?
niggas.
A fake white man at that. It was a fake
Oh,
white man saved the
I'm
day.
glad you brung race into it, because at this point in the movie, also is with it to me, it was a pinnacle part on race, because they feel like their family was robbed because no one knows who the black man riding the horse is, and that was the first evidence of film.
Of motion picture.
And nobody, who the fuck is that? Yo, what up? Who that?
That Rob.
Oh, what up? You gotta get in?
Oh, I'm gonna say,
All
I
right.
don't see nobody on him.
Nah. I'm in my studio. Somebody came to the window. So so then at this point in the movie, before the guy came, because they was like, yo, we need the shit, and Keke Palmer, that's when the guy was coming to come and record the shit. They was like, we need to record this because no one's ever recorded it, and we can be the first people to record it. The way, when I seen that, I seen it as like they're trying to get what they're owed, almost like a reparations claim, for the simple fact they came with the same energy, like, y'all owe our family because our movie, they don't even know who it was.
Yeah.
Technically, we supposed to get forever residuals. We are the first actors, and it was his horse apparently. So like our family is
Hold on. Run that back.
You
So
remember?
you saying-
You remember they was talking about like the movie thing, and they was like, no one knows the name of the writer, but they're like, we know, that's our family, and they felt like the movie industry owed them
And what
something.
what part was that in the beginning?
Yeah, when they were showing the movie thing, and remember when she was introducing to the stage, she was like,
Yeah.
we come from that Harwood family.
Right.
And this, that. They felt like Hollywood owed them. You feel me? Because, like, they got robbed. Like, yo, y'all's first film was our family. How are we not rich? But the film industry is a multi-billion-dollar shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we created film. We deserve credit. And I feel like they took that same energy. Like, we got the aliens. No one could get it. We're going to get it. We deserve credit. Which is why he said, we need to hurry up and get this coming before they use code words. Everybody else come. To me, that was just like him in Wakanda with Michael B. Jordan. Like, you see what happened when everybody else come, we lose. When everybody else come get what we got, we lose.
Right.
So that's how I seen it. They was like, we need this nigga. And she was like, he gonna use non-electrical shit to record this shit. He used the old shit. He was cranking that bit by
cranking
hand.
the real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at that point, I was like, oh, I like how they did that racial shit. Like, it was almost like a reparations claim to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're like, we're going to be the first ones to get actual hardcore footage
Right.
Of this shit.
of the fucking alien, because everything else is distorted footage, because when the alien comes, it distorts.
EMP.
Yeah.
So now they're going into their plan. They steal all the, the car wash, the car lot thingies.
Yeah.
They steal all those and set them up certain radiances apart. Because basically, when it falls,
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Romeo. We're a little over. You want to do 30 more?
You said what?
I said we're a little over. You want to do 30 more?
I mean, we could wrap it up in the next 10.
Okay.
I just realized, we at 108.
Yeah.
This the end of the movie anyway. Basically,
Yeah.
they get they set up an elaborate plan where they're like, yo, we're gonna get the fucking footage, and they have it all set up. But what throws it off is, like they said, they gonna be coming the white man. TMZ comes. And TMZ is very knowledgeable. They're like, hey, yeah, this place isn't really looked at on the map, and we seen this and that, and they're recording. They're like, yo, what happened to all this, that, and the third? And she's like, yo, you need to get out of here. And he hears the noise because the ship, I guess you could call it the mothership at this point, it makes like noise, like when it's about to come.
hold on. I think that's one of the part where I'm talking about with the horse. Was it the TMZ and the horse? Then the horse look in the hold on. It was some part I can't remember, man. It was the horse looked into it and the horse spazzed out.
Did a horse take off? No, I know the second white horse spazzed out. That nigga jumped the fence and left and shit.
Yeah.
That's when he first noticed it takes shit up. Because remember,
Okay,
it took the horse up, and that's when he looked down. And he was like,
Yeah.
because then he had the recollection, like, oh, the horse looked at itself. That's when he came up with, if you don't look at it into the pussy, if you don't look in the pussy, you won't be a slave to the pussy.
Yeah, because you gotta shoot at her. You know what I'm saying? If you don't shoot at her, she ain't gonna holler at you. You know
feel
what I'm
me?
saying? Like, she gotta know you interested.
And notice,
Right.
their whole thing was, we gotta dominate it. Like the Asian dude was trying to be friends with it. We gotta dominate this motherfucker.
And see, that was interesting to me because it's like, horses look down. They like that's their
natural.
So I'm what I'm thinking is, did it have to turn to the side like that to get the horse to look at it?
You're right, because when it picked that nigga up, that's the first time you seen it turn to the side, and that's the first time you seen the ship have ripples on it and shit.
Yeah.
And to me, that's why I was like, they're bending the light. That's why it looks like that. And it hurry up and went right back to a regular
Like
spaceship look.
horizontal,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're bending the light. Even at one point, it turned upside down and took off. I was like, this thing doesn't have a front, back, side to side. It's just all propulsion. Whatever's behind it, it pushes in front of it. You feel me?
Got you.
So that's when the dude, he was like, he tried to save TMZ guy. He was like, fuck this dude. He put the blinder on the horse and everything. He's like, horse, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He had this shit. And I don't get it. The shit he had on the back of his hoodie. To me, I was like, was he trying to make that look like eyes? So it could follow him?
What's talking about the
Remember, he put his hoodie up. He had 2 circle reflectors on the back of his hoodie. They were green.
who you referring to?
The main character. After TMZ man got snatched, he put his hoodie up.
Oh.
And
I don't remember. I thought he was just covering so he couldn't see it.
Nah, when he put his hoodie up, there was 2 circles taped to the back of his hoodie. To me, I thought those were gonna represent eyeball. It almost looked like the eyes on the fake. Because remember, the eyes on the fake horse had red, like a red thing that looked like that. It looked like it was trying to duplicate the eyes of that fake horse, and that's why it was following it. Because it couldn't follow the regular horse, because the regular horse had the thing over its face. So I thought it was following that because they thought it was eyes. Because they needed to follow it to a certain spot so the guy could get the footage.
So maybe he bought it because he knew that it didn't like that horse, that metal horse, because the metal horse fucked it up. So it wasn't going.
Nah. See, that happened later when he got too close and he was about to get sucked up and he threw all them flags down. He's like, the motherfucker's not gonna eat nothing with flags attached because last time he did, it fucked it up. Matter of fact, he said it. He's like, yeah, we fucked its system up by doing that. So I feel like it had the 2 things on the back of his head to represent kind of like eyeballs. And when it was following to get into the certain light, then he threw the flags. Notice once he threw the flag, that motherfucker dipped all the way off. And that's when, once it dipped all the way off, it circled back. That's when the other guy came out. He was like, fuck it. If that shit's gone, like I lived my whole life to make these great movies, this is my last one. And he stepped out and he looked up and he started doing it. And the motherfucker came and got his ass.
You know what was crazy to me? How the fuck the horse didn't tear the shit up, but then a damn balloon did.
Damn balloon.
I just didn't make sense.
That's true. Well, the balloon was way bigger. And it exploded. You know, it was like a combustion. Because you got to remember, if you're looking at the way I'm doing, it's fusion physics, quantum physics, quantum fusion, which could change atoms. So maybe when it exploded, it sparked, like a gas explosion because the atoms are already changing in the atmosphere.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, you make sense. Okay.
And it was big as fuck. Like, I don't think it got it all the way. It got his head in there. It ate some pussy. But you know what I'm saying?
And I was like, man, this dick way too big. You just bust
Right.
my pussy open.
Matter of
You know,
fact,
you just bust my pussy open.
Matter of fact, she might have blew it up. She might have been like, get this hot ass dick up out of me.
Is this a condom? I don't.
So basically, at that point, they had a failsafe, which was smart. I like that they did that because I didn't know until Keke Palmer started letting the things off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
noticed that.
And also, the brother sacrificed himself. He was ready to die. He's like, yo, fuck that. This horse could get me. Sister, you get to where you got to go. And if I get it away, once the power kicks on, because the TMZ guy was on an all-electric bike, and that nigga hit a fucking field, and that nigga like broke every bone in his damn body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. And
So
that shit, that's the shit I didn't. I can see the white man risking his life for the footage and all that.
Yeah.
But the fact that the nigga did was like, oh hell.
I don't think he did it for the footage. I think he did it for his sister. Because remember, that thing snatched her up. She was in the sky. She was about to get took. And he came through and intervened and like distracted it so it could focus on him and not her. She was about to get took. Dude that wrapped himself up with the barbed wire, he was about to get took. That nigga was taking everything. I feel like the main character jumped on the horse to distract them, like, hey, come take me instead. That's why when she seen him at the end and all the dust settled and she was there, she was like, oh, like, he didn't get took.
Damn, I must wasn't paying attention when she was getting sucked up.
Yeah, she got sucked up hard. I'm like, how her legs ain't get broke? She was up there, and then it got distracted, and then it dropped her, and then that's why she limped to the bike. She notice when she went to the bike, she was a little more beat up. You know what I'm saying? And then this was Plan B, I guess, which they didn't let the viewers know, which I thought was awesome. You know what I'm saying? The guy had the Asian dude. He had this giant blow up thing.
Right.
That was like an attraction. She unhooked all of them because all of them had flags on it, which was weird, which makes me think the UFO should have never ate the thing because it had flags attached. But I guess it was so big you couldn't see the flags. When she unhatched everything, which at the time when she was pulling it, I was like, why is she struggling after each one? It's like, yeah, I bet after you pop one and one's finna go in the sky, that shit is strong to detach. That shit detached, it went in the sky, and that's when, because remember, it was taking its full form at that point, and the dude kept calling it on. It was taking its jellyfish form at this point. And the guy was like, nah, come on, because it was looking at the girl, and then he said something, and then that little green box that was flashing, it went from like the back to the front where he was at, and it started flashing, then it started following him.
Mm-hmm.
So she let that shit go. It went in the sky. Now that's a bigger target. So the thing was going for it. Now it showed early in the movie there was this well. You put money in the well and then take a picture from the well. They needed the guy's camera got destroyed when he went up. So now they needed different proof.
Right. And they got some big ass pictures.
But it had all them coins because when it rained, all the money dropped and all the metal dropped. So she grabbed up all them coins and she just kept loading the machine and spinning it, trying to catch it. Then when it finally grabbed the thing, it got the thing and it exploded. And that was the end of that.
She got the money shot.
Yeah, that's
the
what
fucking money
nigga.
shot.
That's what she called it.
G fucking G.
She
nigga.
fucking called it that too. And that was the end of the movie. You know, that thing destroyed. The brother showed up, and then boom, movie was over.
Nah, this shit
He
sound.
showed up like he was Django or somebody.
That's exactly how he showed up.
In the blue suit.
No, like Django when he came back to
Yeah,
the girl,
dude.
and she looked, and she was like, "Oh,
Django.
yeah." That's exactly how he showed up.
Boy.
So overall, I'd give the movie, I'd give it an 8 for me. Because as much as I like the movie, when it comes to being a black director, producer, whatever, I do understand you can't just push your black agenda, so you have to disguise it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you ever seen Lovecraft Country.
I love it.
Yeah, notice how he disguised it with vampires and monsters and this, that, and the third. But he
And
still.
they gave his ass one season.
You know why they canceled him, right? For me, anyway, I think they canceled him for 2 reasons. There was 2 scenes in that shit that was too powerful. A, the reenactment of the killing of Emmett Till. They remember the white girl. She was like,
You know they're coming out with a movie.
Yeah, about Emmett Till shit.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot with that. They got a documentary and doing this.
The bitch finally talking about she
lied.
No, she been
lied.
said she died, but they trying to arrest that bitch now. That bitch is alive. They said she was dead for
No, the
years.
paperwork. They found the paperwork.
Yeah, the warrant.
In the basement or something. Yeah.
So they issuing that shit. But in the Lovecraft country, the white girl she paid these two like, you know, just piece of shit white guys like, hey, look, I'm gonna give you this much money. I'm rich. Do exactly what they did to the black kid to me. And they reenact. You never actually seen what happened to Emmett Till. You just hear. They showed it, and it was fucked up. Beat the shit out of him, did all this shit, stabbed him up, tied the barbed wire around him, attached him to the metal rim, and threw him in the lake or whatever.
I'm trying to remember that part.
It was the white girl that was fucking with the black bitch that could have the white bitch skin, and then she breaks out at the end and turns into back to herself. The white bitch she was fucking with, the white vampire bitch or the main bitch that had the weird dog, she was on a dock and she paid two white people. She was like, do to me like what they did to the Emmett Till boy. Because if you remember, Emmett Till was in the show, like in the first, I think like the second episode, he was in the show.
Yeah. I remember
so they reenacted that part. That shit was powerful, and they reenacted the bombing of Black Wall Street. That shit was powerful. There's no fucking way they were getting another season.
Yeah.
And they tapped into a theory, because the theory goes either way. It goes either white people aren't from here because white people are allergic to the sun. How are you allergic to the sun unless you're from another planet? Or it goes, he took the route that black people aren't from here. Like, no, we're the masters of the universe, and we're everywhere. So that's why, like in that one, in the Lovecraft country, the mom, she got the powers, and she was basically talking to like a big black cosmic bitch with an afro and shit. Almost looked like the bitch from the Steven Wonderverse show, Steven Universe show. That's what I mean. I'm like, they know some shit. They know we the ones. You know what I'm saying? So
right. No rhythm.
I feel like he did the best he could, but I feel like if he could just do what he needs to do, it would have been a 10. So I give it an 8, 7.5 for the average viewer. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Marcus? What you giving the film?
I guess I'm the average viewer because I'm giving that as a 7.
Give it a 7?
Yeah.
7.2?
Give him a 0.2.
I was saying it was good. That it could have been better.
I just feel like it could have been so much more. He could have did so much more with that shit, man. Like he could have went a little more.
I feel like it too, but I feel like he was trying to tap into black shit. And when it comes to that, if you're gonna do that, you can't have it in theaters. It has to be all self-produced, self-documented, self-everything. And you have to put it out basically on your website, and people got to go to it. You can't just be putting out strong, positive black shit, because every time they do, there's a white hero. Just like you said, the fucking thing that blew the thing up, it was a white motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can't just do it. It has to have a white person in it being the fucking hero.
Right.
So
a white person took a sacrifice with the camera.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, don't worry. 20 years, 15 years from now, Jordan Peele will put the movie out that he wanted to put out from the beginning, but he couldn't.
And I'm like, yup, that's gonna be the name of it. Yup.
That's just gonna be yup.
Watch it. Finna happen.
But for the viewers, y'all check out the movie. Holla at us. See what y'all think. See if we was right. See if we was wrong. Maybe you score higher. Maybe you score less.
Yeah, tell us what you think we missed on. Maybe there's something that you caught that we haven't.
Yeah,
man. I love to hear everybody's opinion on it, man.
Yeah,
unless
come
you just
on with
slow
it.
as hell. I don't care about your opinion.
Yeah, I like your take on it. The shit was a pussy. Because I was thinking I was thinking that, but I'm like, ain't nobody gonna say that. That's just me being a freaky ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even though it shows too much evidence that it is there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, only pussy can take over the world like that.
Only one.
That's right. All right. Anybody got anything they want to plug? Schmidt?
Nah, it's Smittastic motherfucking Funk. That's it. You know what
All
I mean?
right.
That's it.
Marcus, you got something you want to plug?
Oh man, y'all just follow me on Instagram, YouTube. You know Marcus, YOUKNOWMAAACUS.
All right.
Yes.
And as for me, this is the first spoiler episode, but there's gonna be many more to come. I also do a UFC live. I watch the pay-per-views live and just basically commentate the UFC.
When's the next big fight?
Next big fight next Saturday, but I know you got birthday weekend. That's gonna be the
yeah.
That's going to be Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena, the rematch. The biggest upset so far, betting odds-wise, in UFC history. Juliana Pena dethroned the Lioness, Amanda Nunes, who was the first female double champ and the first two-divisional champ to defend her weight classes in both divisions, man or woman. She was the first person to do that. Juliana Pena was like, fuck this bitch. I'll whoop this bitch ass. She talked that shit for about a year and a half. Finally got the fight, beat the shit out this bitch. Choked her out.
Juliana Pena beat her up?
Yeah. Well, I would say Nunes beat her up because Juliana Pena's face was fucked up because Amanda Nunes, she hits hard.
Yeah, I remember that. Is that the Asian, one of them the Asian?
No, you're talking about Zhang Wei Li versus Joanna Shevchenko. Joanna had titties all over her face.
She got
Yeah,
fucked.
no, they rematched that too. The Asian girl knocked that bitch out round either 1 or 2, clean, dead. Matter of fact, retired her. Bitch retired. She's like, I'm done fighting. I want to have babies. I can't do this shit no more. So that's the next big fight. Tonight there's a big fight. Actually, it already happened. It was in London. It was at 3:00. Big fight, UFC London. So yeah, I break down fights and I also gamble. So if y'all every Thursday, I'm trying to put out a podcast where I'm putting out my gambling betting odds. So if y'all gambling, man, fuck with me.
What's the next fight after that one?
Let's take a look. I gotta look it up now because I be on my fight shit every week, man. I don't watch sports, but UFC, nigga, count me the fuck in.
Yeah, I don't watch sports neither, but I sure don't watch UFC and boxing.
Nigga, what? Yo, son, to me, boxing, I'm gonna get with it. August 6th, Marcus. Jake Paul versus Hakeem Rockman Jr.
Who is hold on, Hakeem Rockman.
Hakeem Rockman, his dad was the heavyweight champion that beat Lennox Lewis.
But he's not a professional boxer.
No, Hakeem Rockman Jr. is a professional boxer. He's 12-0 with an amateur record. He's got 85 amateur fights. He's not 12-0. He's 12-1. He lost his last fight. He got knocked out. But he's fighting Jake Paul. Jake Paul's gonna get his ass whooped. So if y'all want to fuck with me, trust. And Jake Paul's the favorite too. Oh, put your money on Hakeem. Hakeem is going to fuck him up.
Heard that.
That's August 6th.
Man, them boys got too many politics behind them, man. They might have a little.
You talking about the Paul brothers?
Yeah.
There's also a UFC. There's also a UFC that night, August 6th. It's pretty good. Main card, Thiago Santos versus Jamal Hill. I fuck with it, even though Santos gonna win. Jamal, he can't. I'm sorry. I go for the black dudes, but he just can't. Thiago is a beast. So yeah, and then every Monday I'm putting out just my regular podcast, the Lawrencevillain Podcast. Oh yeah, that made me ask you. This is my last question before we wrap up. What's everyone's favorite movie of all time?
Men's Society.
Men's Society? Okay. Oh, one of my favorite lines that I pick up hoes from come from that movie. Remember he backed up behind that girl. She's like, what the fuck? He's spitting to her. And at the end, this is the thing he say. I say this to hoes. They don't know where it come from. And they love when I say it. Marcus, you can take it too. Matter of fact, say it to Jessnice for me. You tell her a bit. Remember what he told her? He was like, all right. He was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to call you. You said, huh?
I think I already know what line you gonna say.
He said, take care of that body.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing. Dog, you tell that to a woman. Yeah, after you done spitting, you tell her, all right, yeah, I'm going to call you. All right, mom. Yeah, you take care of that body. Ooh, that shit was hard. Yeah, I get a lot of lines from movies. What about you? What's your favorite movie of all time? I think I know what it is, but
I don't even know for real. What do you think it is?
I think it's American Gangster because that's like the only movie you got on DVD.
That shit was so fucking hard, nigga.
I
might have to go with American Gangster because that shit was nigga. I got the deluxe edition. I ain't getting no regular movie.
Look,
I got
man,
the deluxe shit, nigga.
I fuck with
paid
American
extra.
Gangster because Denzel, but me being from New York and that time and that's
not even my favorite Denzel movie.
That movie, that Frank Lucas fucked my family up. That's why I don't fuck with the movie. You know what I'm saying? My grandma was heavy on dope. You feel me? So it just fucked everything up from there. My mom was raised by her grandkids. By her grandma. She had to go to therapy. Then she took the anger out on the kids, which is me. So you know what I'm saying? Fuck Frank Lucas, but I fuck with that movie. You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with that.
Me personally, my favorite movie of all time, it will always and forever will be The Last Dragon. Barry Gordon's The Last Dragon. As you can see, if you look at my artwork, even in the bottom right hand, you see the hands crossed. That's the show enough. You already know.
Yeah. Show enough.
That's right. Oh, and I've been wanting to tell you too, Marcus. Do that as main scene. When he stepped into the damn movie theater, am I the meanest? Am I the baddest? I know who could beat you, Bruce Leroy. That's who. That nigga walked up to him. Come on, that shit was hard. Catching bullets with his teeth, nigga. Please, I got something real for your ass in these hands. That is the hardest thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a wrap. I think we did good. And Marcus, hopefully this ain't a one-off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could do this once a month. Cause I'm a movie nigga. Movie nigga, a TV show nigga.
I mean, even with, you know what I mean, if you want to do the UFC too, yeah, we can do
Yeah, I'm gonna get y'all on that. Cause see, that's why I'm gonna need you and Cuzzo. Cause one thing about UFC, when it comes the commentating I do, the commentary, it's funnier for people who aren't as much well versed. Cause you could talk shit easier. Like when I wasn't big in the UFC, I was like, look at this Barney haired motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker look like
killing them in the bars,
you know what I'm saying? So
I be in the bars, they be in that bitch dying, dog. I'm talking about, man, who is this thing funny? Like that's what they be in the bars. Cause I be in that bitch just clouded, dog.
Yeah, and out of all my videos, those get the most views because like people fuck with the UFC. You feel me? So we gonna keep it rolling, and then basically that's till next time, man. We gonna holler at y'all boys, man. Y'all fuck with the kid, man.
Already, man.
All right, y'all. We gonna holler.
Marcus, I just been.
Yeah.